Hello, everybody, and yep, we're live. I'm pretty sure we're live right now. Got the stream set up. Okay, cool. So today we're going to be talking about crypto, and we're just going to be starting off with like just a few topics today. Actually, like today's going to be a very quick crypto topic today. There's not that much news happening today on Monday, February 26th. So we're just going to talk about the main things that happened today. So we're just going to be talking about the main things that happened today. So first of all, we have MicroStrategy adds 3K BTC as Bitcoin ETFs are poised to surpass gold ETFs. If you hear my cat in the background, please just ignore her. So MicroStrategy's acquisition follows predictions that Bitcoin ETFs could surpass gold ETFs in assets under management during the next 2 years. Well, that's a pretty good prediction, especially considering the fact that BTC has already surpassed gold by 100 times over. Like almost literally, like it's way more than 50 times over. Or what's gold at right now? Like 3,000. Okay, BTC is at 50,000. So 50 times 3. Okay, so it's not 50 times over, but it's damn near 20 times over than gold. And actually, people like 10 years ago were predicting that this was going to happen 10 years ago. And I remember listening to some like finance gurus talking about how you got to get into gold and silver, and little did they know about BTC. And then like a few years later, they're talking about crypto, and they're just like, but they're so heavily into gold and silver and all these stocks that they're just like, for them to get out, it would just be like a hassle because they've been promoting it for so much. But BTC is obviously digital gold, and you need to have some, especially right now where the market is uncertain. Politics are all over the place. You don't know what's going to happen with inflation. So you got to remember to always be putting at least some assets away into your crypto, like whatever you have. And so let's continue reading. So Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy has acquired an additional 3,000 Bitcoin for a total of $155 million at an average price of $51,813 between February 15 and February 25. Can we just take a moment to acknowledge how much Bitcoin that is? And the average person doesn't even have one Bitcoin. Like I'm the average person, I don't even have a Bitcoin, which is a problem because we see like, oh, this is why like I started doing the news about crypto, because like this is very important. Like, we gotta set the data about this. Like this guy Michael Saylor is acquiring Bitcoin, and he has a team of people that's just acquiring all this Bitcoin for a reason. Nobody with a right mind is gonna be throwing hundreds of millions of dollars at something that they don't believe in. This is a big deal. This brings the company's Bitcoin holdings to 193,000 Bitcoin acquired for $6.9 billion at an average price of $31,544. Like I'm at this point willing to find out if I can invest in MicroStrategy, because I need to be having Bitcoin by proxy any way I can. Like if I can invest in Bitcoin stocks, like whatever it takes, because this is very important. So, but anyways, the founder and chairman of MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, which is the largest used Bitcoin holder among publicly traded companies, he said that MicroStrategy has acquired. So he tweeted this out. He was like, as of February 25th, MicroStrategy now holds, he spelled holds HODLS, so he means like hold on for dear life, 193,000 Bitcoin. Good for him, acquired for $6.9 billion at an average price of 31,544 Bitcoin. So that's pretty cool. The announcement of the purchase came as MicroStrategy's X account was hacked. The hacker posted a series of malicious links to fake token airdrops seeking to steal users' funds. The fraudulent announcement led to over $440,000 being stolen. How did they even do this? According to pseudonymous on-chain investigator Zach XCBT. MicroStrategy's latest Bitcoin acquisitions follows promising predictions from senior Bloomberg analysts who foresee Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETFs potentially overtaking gold ETFs in assets under management in the next 2 years. Gold's pain is Bitcoin's ETFs gain in store value. So that's just my cat. Like I know you hear her. Like I don't know why she's doing this now of all times to be meowing, but there you have it. So gold's pain is Bitcoin's ETF gain in store value smackdown. New from me on how gold being in the gutter is like the cherry on top for Bitcoin fans who just got to witness the biggest ETF launch ever. These enchants Bitcoin ETFs passed gold ETFs and assets under management in less than 2 years. Yeah, of course. According to a February 26 research report shared on X by senior Bloomberg analyst Eric Balchunas and associate analyst Andre Yap, the successful launch of Bitcoin ETFs will signal more competition for the precious metal. The 10 spot Bitcoin ETFs in the United States have amassed a total of 5,500 Bitcoin since launching on January 11th, according to the Farsight investor data. So this is just crazy. Like people are just buying 5,000 Bitcoin. Like for MicroStrategy on their own has 6,000 something Bitcoin. The people have spoken. They want Bitcoin. The Bitcoin's ETF, though barely 6 weeks old, have taken in over $8 billion more than gold peers, already have 40% as much in assets and could pass them in size in less than 2 years. While Bitcoin ETFs have absorbed over $5 billion in net assets since launching, gold ETFs have amassed $3.6 billion during the same period. Gold ETFs could potentially struggle to keep their $90 billion in assets under management due to gold's price performance, noted Balchunas and Yap in the report. Gold prices are down 0.01% in the past 24 hours to $2,033 per ounce, according to data from Gold Price. On February 20th, MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor said he would be, this is my cat is going crazy right now. Michael Saylor said he would be buying Bitcoin forever, adding that he has no plans to sell the asset that is technically superior to gold, real estate, and S&P 500. I like what he's saying. He's like, there's no reason to sell. We're never selling. We're never going to sell. Bitcoin is technically superior to those asset classes, and that being the case, there's just no reason to sell the winner to buy the losers. He's right. Bitcoin fell 0.67% in 24 hours to trade at 51,000 according to CoinMarketCap. What news? I'm going to like this. Like a little fire emoji. Oh, you can only pick one, so I'm just gonna do like a little Bitcoin emoji. All right, yes, this is like pretty important. Like, I hope that you're all taking this in as I am, because we just have to position ourselves to get whatever we can for Bitcoin. The average person is gonna be out of luck if they don't have Bitcoin ETF, Bitcoin stock, actual physical Bitcoin. They need to have Bitcoin something for the long term. And so we're just gonna move on now. So let's see. Okay, so now Trump calls for Bitcoin regulation as holdings soar past $5 million. Previously calling crypto and AI very dangerous, the presidential candidate reverses a strict stance on Bitcoin. So obviously, like, just to give you some, like, to tell you like why he's doing this, obviously because he himself has crypto. Like, he's been getting paid in crypto, so he's not about to just like let it not, come to him. Like, he has crypto too. So Fox News appearance unveils Donald Trump's positive attitude towards Bitcoin. Trump necessitates sector regulation due to the rapid expansion of crypto. The president turned whale holds over $5 million in assets with one dominant meme coin. Good for him. Last Friday, the controversy-prone business mogul and 45th American president Donald Trump appeared on Fox News and discussed the topic of blockchain technology. When the host asked, "What about Bitcoin?" Since it is decentralized and the government cannot get their hands on it, Trump responded that a lot of people are doing it, concluding that it's taking on a life of its own. Affirming the United States dollar as his favorite currency, he emphasized the need to bring regulations into blockchain. Obviously, he's going to say that. This signifies a switch in Trump's stance on BTC, as the former president previously called BTC a threat to the dollar, obviously, and even called for the Treasury Secretary of the United States to go after the crypto sector in 2021. Donald Trump, a crypto whale? According to the blockchain detective agency Arkham Intelligence, Trump has been a cryptocurrency whale for a while. The face of multiple successful non-fungible tokens collections, Trump cashed out his Ethereum earnings a few months ago. However, his cryptocurrency balance remains above $5 million. $5 million. Yeah, he had to cash out his cryptocurrency earnings. Like, those Trump fees, those legal fees are no joke for Trump. But anyways, let's move on. The Trump-themed meme coin, MAGA Trump, encompasses over 50% of the former president's crypto holdings because people are trying to give him money, which he needs it right now. Priced at $4.66, MAGA netted 253.5% monthly gains, 44.5% in the last 7 days. Besides the self-themed meme coin, Trump's on-chain wallet consists of 2.20 million Ether in original and wrapped forms. His fourth largest token is a lesser-known meme currency, Baby Trump. With these on-chain stats, Trump joins the elite list of crypto whales accumulating ETH. However, there is no evidence that Trump is a Bitcoin holder, as the wallet contains no BTC. He's smart. Why would he put his Bitcoin into a wallet that everybody's watching? So on the flip side, Trump's softening stance on Bitcoin comes after a severe protest against CBDCs labeled as a pathway for increased government surveillance. However, Donald Trump also advocated for government regulation of Bitcoin for a smooth integration into the financial landscape of the United States. Why this matters? Highly publicized celebrities exchanging views about Bitcoin raise awareness about blockchain technology. Crypto regulation has often been a hot topic for enthusiasts due to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission ambiguous interpretation of cryptocurrencies qualifying as securities. Okay, I'm just gonna open the door for my cat because she is not letting up. So just give me a second to open the door for my cat. Like, I just literally need to open the door for her. So just give me 1 second. Like, she's not giving me a break now. Okay, come on. All right, so that was pretty simple. So yeah, so that's on Trump buying. Trump being all in for Bitcoin, all in for crypto. Obviously, he's going to do that. Obviously, he's trying to say whatever he can right now to get the people to be on his side. But not only that, he has crypto. How can he be against something that he has, that he used to fundraise? Like, he sees the power in it. So, of course, he's going to use it. Of course, he's going to champion it. It's just the way nature is. Nature is always for itself. Okay, so moving on to Vitalik Buterin. So Vitalik Buterin, wary of pushing too much complexity to Ethereum layer 2s. This should be interesting because I actually want to know what the almighty Vitalik Buterin is thinking at all times, because I'm heavily like I need this guy to be like right, because I'm obviously like listening to him all the time and figuring out what he does and talks about. So, but let's just move on. So Vitalik Buterin, wary of pushing too much complexity to Ethereum layer 2s. A layer 1 consensus failure might create a day of panic for devs, but with a layer 2 bug, people could permanently lose lots of money, he said. A layer 1 consensus failure might create a day of panic. Yeah, layer 2 bug would obviously, cause lots of people to lose lots of money. So what's going on? Like, why does he think this? Is he like forecasting? Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin is not convinced that all complex features developers want on Ethereum should be built on layer 2 scaling solutions. People use layer 2s like Optimism, Polygon, and Arbitrum because they are cheaper and faster than using Ethereum mainnet. At the time of writing, layer 2s are processing about 75 transactions per second compared to Ethereum's mainnet steady 12 transactions per second, according to layer 2 beat. By definition, layer 2s inherit the security guarantees of the layer 1 that they sit on top of, but when complex features get built on layer 2s instead of the base layer, they can introduce extra risk, Buterin argued. If you have a layer 1 consensus failure, stuff breaks, core devs scramble for a day, but eventually things are alright again, he wrote on Twitter. With a layer 2 bug, people could permanently lose lots of money. Honestly, I'm about 3 times less confident in the simplified layer 1 even at the expense of more complicated layer 2s concept than I was 5 years ago. The challenge is that when you can trade off between layer 1 bug risk and layer 2 bug risk, it's not actually clear that the latter is better. If you have a layer 1 consensus failure, stuff breaks, core devs scramble for a day, but eventually things are alright again. With a layer 2 bug, people could permanently lose lots of money. Yeah. So that's self-explanatory, because with the layer 1, people are trusting that this is the security, like the end-all be-all of secure transactions, and then the core developers of this layer 1 blockchain make the blockchain able to have more transactions per second. They're able to blockchain to perhaps put new features on it. Like with Bitcoin, we saw like the Lightning transactions happening now. People can use Bitcoin like with email addresses now. What else? People can now start building NFTs on top of Bitcoin, although they don't have to. People can also make other coins on top of Bitcoin like Ethereum. So that's why you need core developers. What Vitalik is saying, like with a layer 2 that's built on top of Ethereum, like what's the layer 2 like Arbitrum that's built on top of Ethereum, or Avalanche. If you start adding more features to this, like besides the smart contracts, like you start adding like things that like maybe like real estate on top of Avalanche, for example, then all these different complexities make it that much easier for it to be exploited. And that's the problem, because if something gets exploited on the layer 2 level on top of this is layer 1, layer 2, layer 2 complexity, something gets exploited here, people's funds are here, that just gets siphoned out. So he was replying to and mostly agreeing with a Bitcoin magazine editor's tweet criticizing people who overstate the capabilities of layer 2s. I would say it can actually be worth adding some pretty sophisticated layer 1 features to reduce the core burden of layer 2s and allow them to be reasonably simple. Buterin has lately been, so he's saying that better to make the layer 1 complicated and the layer 2 simple, because layer 1 is more important. Buterin has lately been very focused on security and making the Ethereum network safe for users. He recently said he would be interested in seeing AI used by developers to help audit Ethereum's code and detect bugs. That would be cool. The renewed focus on security, the subject of his latest blog post. Oh yeah, we definitely got to read that. So, could perhaps be why he's changed his stance on layer 2s. He used to be in favor of keeping Ethereum mainnet as simple as possible. During a 2009 Ethereum meetup in Taipei, oh that's so cool, he was in Taipei, Buterin presented his thoughts on scaling solutions, saying that layer 1 does not need to be overly complex to optimize properties. He also argued that over time it would become increasingly difficult to make changes on layer 1s. His comments come just weeks before the DenCon upgrade gets deployed on Ethereum mainnet. The upgrade will be introduced will introduce EIP 4844, more commonly referred to proto-dank sharding. These names are kind of funny. It will dramatically increase transaction speeds and reduce costs for layer 2s. So that's Vitalik Buterin installed on layer 2s, and that's going to actually that should make you more worried and should make you think about, hey, like, is this really safe? Because if he's saying it's not safe, and he built Ethereum like with somebody else, with Mr. Woods. So we should really listen to what he's saying. Okay, so moving on to our last news of the day. This is gonna be like a very simple news. So we're gonna move on to our last news of the day. So Satoshi Nakamoto's growing fortune nears entry into world's top 25 richest individuals. Once Bitcoin goes to $100,000 to $1 million, Satoshi will be a trillionaire. He's gonna be a trillionaire, like verifiable trillionaire proof. Like, there are trillionaires in Dubai. Like, if you go to any building in Dubai, they all have MR on it. And that's the royal family. The Saudi royal family owns like the skyscrapers in Dubai, like the Armani Hotel and the Burj Khalifa. Like, they own all these. It has MR. Like, if you look on the buildings, it has MR. So that's very impressive. So this guy Satoshi Nakamoto is going to be a trillionaire, and he should be. He deserves it because of all the value he gave to us. He gave us freedom. So 2024 has unfolded as a flourishing year for Bitcoin's valuation, as its market capitalization breezed past the $1 trillion milestone, positioning the cryptocurrency as the world's 10th largest asset by overall market valuation. This uptick in price has significantly boosted the net worth of Bitcoin's mysterious creator, Satoshi Nakamoto, elevating the value of the inventor's holding by almost $9 billion within the last 2 months. Bitcoin's creator's wealth reaches $51 billion. Stash of Bitcoin climbs nearly $9 billion higher in 2024. It is believed that upon the inception of the Bitcoin network, its founder Satoshi Nakamoto also mined the digital currency, amassing between 1 and 1.1 million BTC. Oh my goodness. 1.1 million BTC. The consensus among most estimates suggests that Nakamoto likely gathered around 1 million coins. Holding 1 million Bitcoins places Nakamoto's net worth at approximately $51.56 billion. This guy's rich forever. You think? Obviously he's rich forever, but he's rich forever. Forever. You want to talk about generational wealth? This is generational wealth forever, because Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation. Bitcoin will continue until the end of time. Every single one of his generations, for thousands of generations, will be rich forever. Furthermore, were Nakamoto to be ranked on the Forbes real-time billionaires list, the creator of Bitcoin would stand as the 26th richest individual globally. Like, all these other families, like, their wealth will mean nothing if they can't transfer it into Bitcoin. So Nakamoto's fortune places the inventor just below Julia Koch, Charles Koch, and their family, who have built their wealth through Koch Industries